update on Andre?
No update, no, but he's not going to play tomorrow either.
Is it upper, lower?
Upper.
Looks like Cliff and Clifford and Dermott come in tomorrow. If that's the case, kind of what was the thinking there?
Yeah, both those guys will go in. I think it's really just a matter of Dermot's sat 4 in a row. I think it is there now, and it's longer than we wanted to have him sit. So I think it's the end of a long trip for us here. So it's a good chance to get Derms in at the same time. Give Lily a day off, and then with Cliff, we like the opportunity to get him in a game here.
What sort of impact do you think he can make?
Well, I think he's a competitor and he skates well for for a guy low in your lineup that's going to keep his feet moving, bring energy, be physical. He's good presence on the bench and in the dressing room just to keep guys even keel. He's not the most loud or vocal guy, but he's very good at talking to players. The guy next to him and guy in the dressing room and those kind of things. He's got a calming influence that way. I like that about him. He's just a pro. I mean, even ever since he's been here, he's. All our guys here are pros, but he's a pro's pro, I guess, if you will, and that's very evident from the time he's come back here with our group, and he's understands the situation that he's in, but he's embracing that role and the opportunity to join our team. And guys have welcomed him here, and I think he's, in the limited time we've seen him in our practices, he's brought what I expect, which is energy and competitiveness, work ethic, all those kind of things. So, like I said, it's a real good chance for us to get him in the lineup here, at the end of a long trip.
What's the biggest thing you lose when Crash is not in the lineup?
Well, obviously, we had a really good thing going with that line, and whether whoever it was on the left side, but with Kampf, so we lose that for sure. Changes the chemistry of that group up a little bit, and managed that a little last night, and I expect to do the same. Where I'll juggle the lines a little bit based on the situation. I still like the ability to get Pierre in some of those D-zone face-offs with Kampf. Use Kerfoot a little bit there as well. At the same time, we also like what Engvall brings to, in connection with Spez and Cliff as well. So those are three guys that have played together before. When Cliff was with us previously, we had that was a group for us. So we like that, but I expect I'll continue to mix it up. Depending on what the situation's bringing with face-offs or matchups.
What do you hope to have someone like Travis if he comes back into the lineup? Like, how do you reincorporate him into?
I think he's been coming in and out here a little bit for the last little while, so I don't think it's anything different. I'm not overthinking it. He'll come in. He's going to pair with Rasmus, and he's done a good job. No matter who he's paired with, he's had different partners throughout, and he's getting more and more comfortable with that role and coming in and out of the lineup. But, like all the guys that come in, regardless of how long you've been out, we expect you to perform at a high level. And that's, there's a bit of a competition going on here that we think is very healthy. And, it does the players themselves don't always love it, but it's part of the gig. You got to make it the best of the opportunities that you do get. And, like I've explained earlier, we make decisions on the lineup and who comes in and out. That's not just based on what happened in that previous game or how a guy's playing. There's bigger picture things, some of it related to managing our young players, some of it just because you just don't want guys sitting for too long unnecessarily. So tomorrow's just an opportunity for Derms to come in, and the team has been playing well and getting good results, and expecting him to jump in and be a part of that.
Do you think William puts some pressure on teams when he's killing penalties? Like, do you think the threat of his offense is a factor?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's probably understated a little bit. I don't necessarily think that teams go into it thinking they got to approach it a little bit differently because a player like that, whether it's him or Marner for that matter, they're coming over the boards. But I think in the moment, when all of a sudden you're on the power play and you're thinking all offense, and then all of a sudden the puck ends up on on Will's stick, it changes the mindset a little bit. You can either catch teams off guard or can get them on their heels. Both things obviously are positive for us. I've been looking for a chance to get Will more involved on the penalty kill again, because I thought he did do a good job for us early in the season when we had used him there. But I think the emergence of Kasha as a penalty killer and just spreading out the minutes, Willie's continued to be in every penalty kill meeting and be involved in our discussions there, but we hadn't gotten them necessarily the shifts, and that's one thing that I've been looking to do, and having Kasha be out of the lineup, it was a good chance to get Willie back involved, and I thought he did a good job.
You've rested, obviously Simmons was out for one game, even Timothy, you talked about the workload. What has been your approach with Jason as the oldest guy? Like, have you thought about resting him, or what's that kind of?
I have thought about it. He and I haven't necessarily spoken about it directly, because he's been through that situation before, and we the night we sat Simmons, actually, we had discussions setting both of them at that time, but he made a decision just to go with one, and we'll continue to monitor that. I do think that Spez's role he's fit into a really good spot there, and his versatility is important, and also his leadership and his voice and things like that. They bring value to us. So we're looking at that, but for sure, I think as the season really heats up and all those kind of things, I think there'll be times to give other players also some time off. But certainly Spez, that's something that I'll look at, and he's a guy who loves his rhythm and loves to play. So it's not an easy thing, just like it's not easy with Wayne, but we have to be smart about that, both on how we manage those guys, and just sometimes you just want to get other people involved, and you're looking for people to take out as a result, and sometimes you have to make decisions such as we did with Wayne.
Do you feel like the chemistry is picked up with Austin and Mitch since you put them back together?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not the thing I was overly concerned with. I think the chemistry's been pretty obvious that they have together, but just a matter of getting their individual games together and finding consistency in that. I think teams have defended our team and those guys really well. And some of the looks that they've been able to generate, they're not necessarily there. So they've had to find different ways and to adapt. And you see some of the goals that Austin scored here of late, being in the right spots, fighting for positioning and scoring in and around the net. Those are the types of goals that are hard to earn, but they're available if you can work like that, especially for a guy like Austin, is so big and strong and fast that he's a lot to handle when he gets inside that slot area and you're trying to defend him off the puck. So he does that well, and Mitch, of course, does a good job of delivering the puck to that space and helping get into, whether it's him or getting into our defense who can get it there. So that's worked out well. There hasn't been an abundance of chances available on the rush, for our team. I think teams are doing a good job of defending us in that regard. Anaheim tomorrow is going to do that just the same again. So they've got to adapt, and I think that's one of the things I've been really happy about through this trip is how our team's adapted, to that and found different ways to score.
For your younger players who share the ice with Jason in his 1200th game tomorrow, what do you hope that they take from that? What value that has to witness a guy doing it?
I would just say the thing that stands out is just the love and passion for the game. The NHL is a great place, obviously, and we're all very fortunate to be involved in it, but it is a grind, and at times it's tough, and it can wear on you, but just see a guy at his age, the success that he's had, that is not playing for the money, anything like that. He's playing for the game itself and in pursuit of a championship. Just how he comes to the rink every day and loves being here, loves the preparation, loves the grind. Knows he's a living example of just how hard it is to win. A guy with all that talent and all that passion and work ethic that he puts in, but has been unable to get to win the cup. Those, it's there's lots to learn there. So, when Spez speaks up, I think he speaks from experience that it's hard to come by in the league, and he's been through a lot, and he's continued to be motivated by that pursuit, and I think that's really what our guys can take away from him. I think he's also spoken at times about, there's been times where he was a younger guy in Ottawa, and they had some really good teams, and they're really going. He's thought, we're gonna win, or we're gonna be good forever, and that it's hard, and that you got to take advantage of every opportunity and every day that you have. So I think both the experience he's had as a younger player and now the staying power he's had as a veteran, there's lots to absorb there every day. So I'm confident that our guys are, but I certainly hope that they are appreciative of witnessing that every day.